All right, guys, a little role reversal today. We're here with Jose Otero, who's actually going to be fighting on the show. Usually he's the one interviewing me, but now I'm going to interview him. How you feeling for the fight, Jose?
Good, feeling good. I'm still getting prepared, so I know I'm going to feel better as I get closer to it, but it's going good. I'm happy about everything.
How long have you been training? How long have you been training altogether? Not just this fight, altogether.
Altogether, I've been training about 6 years, mostly grappling. A lot of the striking was self-taught until recently. I say learning Muay Thai from the ground up for about 2-3 months now.
Okay. Yeah. How long did you know about this bout?
About this bout? I knew about this bout for about 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Started training 12 weeks out. Started going real hard around week 8.
Now you know your opponent. The funny thing is actually you videotaped him twice on two different occasions. Yeah. You fight him
Does he know that? Now he knows that.
Yeah, now he knows.
I my secrets up.
So how do you feel? Not only did you see him, you saw him live twice.
Yeah.
So what's your feelings about that?
My feelings about that is I respect every opponent because shit happens in there. And, you know, if I mess up, I'm going to pay for it. But ultimately, I feel good about this fight, you know. So.
Do you have a game plan?
My game plan?
Do you want to give out your game plan?
Well, I have game plans with the game plans. But overall, you know, I'm going to take my time with it. I'm not going to rush, get caught up in any brawls. I think he's a bit wild. So that's why I'm going to take my time with it.
He's a little wild, yeah. He's a lot bigger than you, too.
He's a lot bigger than
me. He's a big boy. So how do you feel about that?
He's in around 275.
Yeah.
As long as my footwork holds up, it's not going to be a problem.
How do you feel this right here? How do you feel being on the opposite side? Yeah. What does that feel like?
It feels good.
Yeah?
I've been training with guys getting ready for fights for a while. So for a while, I've looked at them, and I've wanted to step into their shoes. So now that I'm in the shoes, yeah, I'm having fun with it. For me, it's different for me for other guys. I'm 32 years old, so this shit is a ride for me. You know, I'm gonna milk it, have my fun, have my experiences.
Now that you say you're 32, how does that make a difference?
It makes a difference in my eyes in the fact that I got to take it more serious. I might have a little more to prove. You know, a young guy loses, they're gonna tell you, hey, you got your whole life ahead of you. You know, I have this small window, so it's up to me to make it worth it. You know.
Nope. Now, also, I have a question. I saw your mini-series. Can you talk a little about that and what you've been through?
I've been through a lot, man. To know that, watch the mini-series. But what I
MMABUG, make sure you watch it.
MMABUG at Long Island. You can find Love for MMA, Story of the Sleeping Giant. That's my nickname. And there's one episode out. The second episode is coming soon, and I'm just gonna document this whole thing because this is my first fight, but I want to have more. I'm hoping to fight on all your cards this year. You know, if health.
What's your goal?
Avails me. My goal is to get a title shot.
To win a belt.
But I don't want to think too far ahead. You know,
no, that's a good way to think.
You know what I mean?
Also, Sleeping Giant. Care to tell us about that?
That kind of happened by accident.
Okay.
It's the second time I've been asked this, and I don't know how to answer that question too well, except that one night it just felt right. Hashtag Sleeping Giant, and I was like, that's my shit.
That's it. It's stuck. Hashtag.
You know? I feel like that. You know, I look at myself like a little heavyweight, and I know I'm going to fight big guys. It's not something that intimidates me because of my experience in grappling tournaments. I've always faced big guys, being an absolute division. You know, but I have to respect that. You know what I mean? So I feel like a giant. Like I feel like I'm not gonna back down. Bigger they are, harder they fall.
Let me ask you a question.
That is true.
That is true. Sleeping Giant, does that mean you're gonna put away the giant, or you just like?
Good question. I knew that was eventually come. Nah, man. It feels like I've been dormant for a long time, and now it's time to show what I've always felt is that, you know, I belong here too. I didn't get these opportunities that other people had just in the fact of I wasn't introduced to this at a young age.
Gotcha.
But I feel I have that tenacity, that mindset, that desire. So I feel like the giant's gonna awaken.
The giant's
awake. And I like to be underestimated. You know, perceive me as the underdog. I love that.
That's the best way to feel. Now you do this MMABUG, and you always walk in the cage side, you always walk in the ring side. Do you think in your head, now the next time I'm walking to the cage side, I'm the one fighting. I'm not the one. I'm not filming this. I'm the one fighting. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
I think about that a lot. There's only 2 things I'm afraid of in this fight, and that's looking like my technique is bad, because I take a lot of pride in having good technique, but I'm still learning. So I'm showing my adrenaline kicks in. I'm gonna make mistakes, you know. And the other thing is an adrenaline dump. They say in your first fight, you know, that's something I'm not afraid of what the guy could do to me, because I could do the same things.
No, of course.
Shit, you know what I mean? I just don't want to get that emotional dump, that adrenaline dump. And sometimes that can happen. You get your emotions, your excitement. And you get, I'm going to try to treat it like my grapple tournaments, which is honestly, I don't think about shit till it's too late.
Until it's too late.
And
Until
once
it's
I
over.
Step in there, now I'm not thinking about shit anyway because I'm like, oh shit, stay focused, stay in the moment. You know, if I'm thinking about something else, I could be countered, I could be hit. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
So it all goes away.
Now it goes to family and friends.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? You got your family, you got your friends. How does that pressure make you feel?
With that. Because I've competed in large crowds before, and that didn't bother me. There was times where I didn't even notice. Like, I'm fighting a guy, and for a split second, my eyes graze past this huge crowd of people, and I'm like, oh shit, there's people watching. I forgot, you know? But
a bunch of people.
Note, I guess because it's a fight, it's like, you know, we got your friends, your fam's coming out. You know, I don't want my mama to see me go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So
they always say fighting's different. You know, it's not playing basketball, it's not playing baseball. Now it's you know, it's man versus man. It's warrior versus warrior. No man wants to lose against the other man, especially in front of their family and friends. So the pressure of that, what do you feel about that pressure?
What I want to say is that doesn't do nothing for me because it never did. It never bothered me to be watched by people. In fact, a lot of times I fight better because I have pride in what I look like.
Gotcha.
So if people watching, I'm gonna have better defense.
So you rather a bigger crowd.
Yeah. But I don't want to underestimate the fact that it's my first fight and fighting is still different. You know, fighting is always gonna be different from just grappling.
Of course.
Competition is competition, but there's different competitions. Like a BJJ tournament is different. A judo tournament is different from a BJJ because to me it's more violent, it's more dangerous, it's more visceral. Fighting is that next element.
Is that next level? Yeah. Now that you're going on with this whole thing with the jiu-jitsu and the stand-up, are we gonna mix them?
Yeah, eventually I have intentions, but I don't want to rush it.
Don't want to rush it.
Yeah, I want to do K1 for about a year.
Okay.
Maybe Muay Thai and MMA, or maybe skip that middle part. We'll see.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't want to rush it. You know?
Yeah, just see how it goes, right?
In between each camp, I'm going to get in better shape, and I may move to light heavy by MMA. So
there we go.
See how K1 goes.
Nice.
Yeah, I got big plans, but one domino at a time.
That is true. One step at a time.
Watch this series.
Well, when's the next episode coming out?
Next episode will be out next Saturday. Actually, that came out messed up because this will probably be out after that. So episode 1 is up now. Episode 2 should be up by the time this video is on.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
Just tune in with MMABUG at Long Island.
Anything else to tell your friends, your fans, or your opponent?
My opponent. I just hope he's been taking his training serious and his diet serious. You know what I mean? I question that. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
He's definitely a gamer. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. I know he's not a back down.
And
I know he could take some shots.
Yeah.
You know.
And he'll fight anyone. That's for sure.
You know, I've been told in the amateur circuit, cardio
is everything.
Important, your defense technique is important because everyone's wild. So as long as I don't play their game, I feel good that, you know.
Usually that's what happens in amateur fights. The first 30 seconds is a street fight. People get so excited. They get hit and like, I got to hit the guy back as hard as I can. That's the most important thing, to stay relaxed.
Yeah, I got to stay relaxed. I feel like this is my fight to win, so no one wants to lose the fight they're supposed to win.
Of course. Anything else to tell your friends, fams?
No, just watch, man. Just watch. I'm ready to bang.
Make sure you check out the series too.
Yes, check out Love for MMA.
Love for MMA.
And check out the Jackhammer shows. It's such an honor. One last thing to say.
And the Jackhammer shows.
On the 50th anniversary. That's cool. I've been working with you for a while. And
So April 2nd. Any last words to Malik?
To Malik, I'm coming, big boy.
Come, big boy. Make sure you check out Jose April 2nd, Deer Park, Sons of Italy.
Thank you.
We're here with Elise Tomasello. Elise, you're fighting April 2nd. How do you feel that you just fought January 31st? And you took some time off before that fight. You fought January 31st. It was a very good fight. You fought an undefeated fighter. How do you feel about getting right back in there and fighting April 2nd?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I always look forward to it. I mean, I think I always put on a show, whether I win or lose.
On a good show.
And I think it's pretty funny that every fight I show up to, people say comments to me like, "Oh, the pretty girl's back," or, "Oh, look, what could she do? She's a poster child for a kickboxing company."
Okay, funny that you brought that up.
Yeah.
So in fact, you're the poster girl for I Love Kickboxing. How does that make you feel? Because I love kickboxing. You know, it's like cardio kickboxing, and you're a real fighter. So how do you feel juggling the both things? That people say they put you in as a fake fighter, but really you're a real fighter. How do you feel about that?
Well, work and play are two separate things. So I don't put them together. It's two completely separate things. But I do think it's funny when, like my last fight, I was sitting there minding my own business, and somebody was looking at the thing of the fights and goes, "Oh, look who's fighting. This will be funny." And I like looked at him dead in the eyes, and I don't think he got it, but then it's funny that people apologize to me after the fight. Whether I win or lose, I think I put up a good fight.
Well, the fact that your resume and who you fought outstanding fighters. What do you feel the pressure is to win this fight coming April 2nd? Because I know I'm the promoter, but as I feel like your trainer,
Yeah.
I feel the pressure is, there's a lot of pressure for you to win this fight.
I mean, there's always pressure, I guess you could say, for every fight, but you have to go into every fight feeling as calm as possible, feeling as relaxed as possible, not fighting with emotions. So, I mean, it's exciting that it's going to be the first time I'm fighting someone my weight. I don't have to gain 15 pounds for this fight,
true.
so that's pretty exciting.
What do you feel about getting that W, though?
I mean, I'm going to put my heart out there. I'm going to try my hardest, and as long as I fight my fight and do the best that I can, we'll see.
Now,
I'm not a trash talker. I just like to show it.
well, any predictions on the fight? Do you know anything about your opponent?
Well, I know she fought Lisa, who I trained with for my last fight. I hear a couple things about her, but I'm not really worrying about it so much. I'm just worrying about what I know that I could do.
Any
se.
predictions?
Of course, I'm going to say I'm going to win, but you know what? The main thing is that since 3 years ago when I was fighting consistently, up until my last fight against Mia, my fighting style has completely changed.
That is true.
I was known as having these fancy kicks, going to the head, back kicks, and then for my last fight, it was more all upper body, and I don't think anyone really expected me to do more boxing for that fight. So I'm really excited, even since January 31st, it's changed.
Well, since you took some time off because you had an injury, right? And then you came back into it January 31st, and like you said, your boxing got a lot better. Who do you have to thank for that?
Thanks, Bobby.
Just wanted to get that out there. Let me ask you a question. What is your goals? I know that you've been so close to winning a title. What is your goals in the sport?
Take it day by day. I don't know.
Day
I mean,
by
of
day.
course, I got to get some more wins. I mean, I think that I'm a tough fighter.
You're definitely a tough fighter.
I think that I put it all
resume
out
says
there.
that, yeah.
I think, I fought a lot of tough girls. I mean, going from Chrissy Andoli, she was my third fight, and she had like 90 fights under her belt. Jax, amazing fighter. My first fight, I fought someone that was 60 pounds heavier than me. Thanks, Bobby. And then Mia. I mean, nothing but tough people. So I'm really excited to fight someone in my weight class. I'm excited to finally fight somebody and just leave it out there. I don't know.
We heard if all things go well, you'd be fighting a girl from England in November. Is that true?
That's what I hear.
That's what you hear? Okay. Anything you like to tell your fans or family?
I love you guys. I love everybody who supports me. My poor family, I put them through a heart attack every time I do this.
Does the family show you support?
They do. They all show up, but
They all show up.
It's funny. My mom especially, leading up to the fight, she won't talk to me about it. Not at all. Like, I'm lucky I tell her sometimes that I'm fighting. And then the day of the fight, as soon as I wake up, she's like, I just want to let you know, you're going to kill it. You're going to do awesome. Don't even worry about it. You're going to be fine. I'm like, thanks, Mom.
What does she feel about this fight?
This fight, she's actually okay. And I think it's because she's
The
like,
last one you did so good?
all of my fights, she's like, you fought so many amazing girls that I think you're going to be fine for this one.
Did your mom see a difference in your fighting last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
She noticed a huge difference. She said that you look like a completely different fighter from the last time I saw you fight.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Thanks, Bobby.
April 2nd, make sure you guys go check out Lee, Sons of Italy, Victory Road. We're here with Elvis Looney Camejo. He's fighting April 2nd. He's defending his boxing title. Elvis, why don't you tell us a little bit about this match? Because I know it's kind of interesting.
I don't like it, first of all. I'm going to get that out the way. I don't like it.
Let's share why.
I already beat him. Simple as that.
Beat him in a
Kickboxing bout.
kickboxing match a year ago, right?
Yeah. And now he wants a shot at my boxing title, which he's coming off a loss. And I question his training, I question everything. I'm not mad at the kid. I'm just mad at that he's getting a shot at my belt.
Now the fact that you're shown heart of a true champion, and he asked you for a shot, and you give him a shot.
I give him that, yeah.
Do you have any predictions?
I do. It's not about me, it's about him. He's gonna go back home without the belt. He's not gonna win. My prediction is he's gonna go back, question himself why he took the rematch so soon. I think it's too soon for a rematch. He asked me for the rematch after we fought. I told him no problem, get a couple of wins under your belt. Now he wants to box. I don't see the difference. He barely kicked our last fight. It's one of those things, like I was telling him, pick your poison. I mean, no matter what, it's gonna go the same way.
Now to go back a little bit, Looney, care to share what Looney means? All your social media.
That's been a while.
Looney.
Yeah, it's been a while. I got just training with my team, with my brothers. It's just a little crazy. Just me
like
being
Looney
yeah.
Tunes?
Just no, not like, but not that I have a crazy fighting style. Just that I'm down just for whatever.
Down to fight whoever.
Just it doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever you want to do. It's.
What are your future goals and what's next? Seeing that you're so confident that you're going to beat Danny, what's next after this?
One or two things: either defend my kickboxing or my boxing belt again, or go pro. I've been trying to go pro for a while.
Okay. What do you see in the professional leagues? What's your goals there?
It's a whole nother level. It's a different level of competition altogether. Not just being pro. It's a different level of competition. You're fighting people who, not forget about the getting paid part and getting spot. It's just a whole different level. You have to take this very serious. There's no turning back. Also, you can't just go pro and go back to amateur. It lets people know also that you're sure about what you're doing.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, you finally found something you enjoy and you're good at.
So now, as your trainer, I know that you drive me nuts and want to try every style there is.
It's part of my job.
So if you turn professional, what do you want to do? Because you want to do boxing, you want to do MMA, you want to go to a wrestling tournament.
I apologize.
I
apologize in advance, but yeah, I do. I know it's not easy, but I do want to compete in both boxing and kickboxing.
Pro.
Yes.
What style kickboxing? Because we know there's a million styles. We know you fight.
There are, yeah.
You fight about anything, whatever there is.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm not too fond of the full contact because I like the leg kick game. So that and boxing.
And boxing.
Yeah, I don't mind. I did say next time you do have a cage, I want to try MMA. But being that this kid called me out, and I feel like I have to defend. I don't like the matchup, but I feel like I have to defend my name, my belt.
No. Anything you want to say to Danny Mendez?
Show up. Just make sure you show up. That's all. I mean, hope you've really been training like you said you have, and just show up. And I'm not sorry about anything that's gonna happen to you.
Anything you want to say to your family or friends?
Yeah, thanks for the love and the support. I can't say, I drive them crazy because I don't. They could care less about. I'm not putting them through hunger, and but they support me 100%. I love them to death. My family, they're my everything. Family and friends.
There you go. April 2nd, Elvis Cameo defends his title. First question is for Justin.
All right.
Justin, now you fought Hancho in a grappling match. Is that true?
Yes.
And how did that go?
I mean, it was a while ago.
Be honest.
It was a while. I am going to be honest. It was a while ago. I did manhandle him. There's no other way around it. I took him down, sliced through his guard, got mount, armbarred him. It was a while ago, though.
How long ago?
It was like 4, maybe 5 years. So,
Now, how would you say your jiu-jitsu progressed?
a lot better.
How do you think Hancho's jiu-jitsu?
A lot better. Both of our jiu-jitsu games are not the same. It might be a similar style, but we've both gotten significantly better since then. I still think I have better jiu-jitsu, with that said.
Okay. Hancho, same question. Who do you think has the better ground game?
Me. No offense to him. It's just, I don't know. It's the only thing I do. I don't do anything else. For the last 5 years. It's right, 5 years, man. It was a long time. It's a ridiculous thing it was that long ago, but it's like I don't do anything else. Not even to sound cool, it's just I don't have anything else to do.
I thought all you do is strike.
No. Did I say
No?
that? I don't think I ever
Okay.
said that.
All right.
We spend a good amount of time striking, but I
Okay.
teach. I coach people. I do privates now. That's kind of like the only thing I do. So it's a cool thought. And I'd even give him credit where I think we might be both purple belt level, but I think I have some things that he's not going to be prepared for, which is going to be awesome.
Now, Hancho, what do you feel? Do you feel there's a revenge thing going on for this fight?
No,
or?
revenge is very like, I think of it more like he scored on me. I remember even that day, I remember that match very much so. I remember even leaving, trying to make myself feel better, thinking about the way he grabbed my leg and caught my other leg to pass the side control. I was like, if I do that, then it hasn't been a loss for today. So I remember that match a lot. And actually, I want to actually think about that because 2 times in my life he pushed me to train incredibly hard, this time and that time. Like, it did have quite an effect on me. But I completely lost track of your question.
How good looking am I? That was the question.
Revenge. So I can't think of it as revenge. I don't think I honestly, even like the trash talking aspect, I don't even like that. I feel like it's very like bickering like and stuff. I respect him for an opponent. Like, he's a beast dude. He beat me the one time. I plan on beating him again. It's very much like a goal for me instead of like a revenge thing. I feel like that's very emotional. I wouldn't like to think about it as revenge.
It's great that you brought up the trash talking. Let's go right to it. Facebook.
Word.
There was a lot of trash talking being
Wasn't that much.
It was.
It wasn't that much. Let's be
That
honest.
too. It was very
That
quick
wasn't-
exchange.
Let's be honest. Who called who pillow hands?
Oh, I called him pillow hands.
And
Which I think is hilarious.
Who initiated?
I think that is just hilarious.
I'm glad you see it like that, because at first I definitely thought you took that a little rough there. But I don't know. I thought he tried to make the initial statement, and with statements like that, it's either I don't say something or I say something, and I'd much rather say something than not say something.
Okay, going to that. Who has the better stand-up?
Me, 100%. He can say I have pillow hands all he wants. He doesn't know much about my striking. My last fight, I'm sure he's seen, there wasn't that much stand-up. It was mostly ground and pound. You know, the guy was a lot bigger than me. I didn't want to brawl with him. That was his game plan, so my game plan was to just take him down and make him quit. I've seen Mike Concho stand up, and he knows how to punch. He knows how to kick. He doesn't defend so well. He doesn't mind eating punches, and I hit hard. Should I avoid cursing?
No, go.
I hit hard as fuck. He can call me pillow hands all he wants. He's never seen me training in the gym. He's never seen me really fight. When I hit people, they drop. So I just find it hilarious that he calls me pillow hands. I mean, he can say whatever he wants. He can say I'm 5'4", and I'm not 5'4". Just because he said it doesn't mean it's true. So,
Hancho, what do you feel about your stand-up compared to Justin's?
I think it's even beyond. I think you have to think about the styles of stand-up. I think he's probably going to be aggressive. He's an aggressive fighter, so he's going to push in on me. I don't plan on getting close to him. He's going to try to hit me, and that's cool. I train with people who hit very hard. Andrew Pappas, Neil, they both rip punches.
Now, Hancho, on
The idea that I'm just going to sit there and get punched is, I think, a ridiculous idea. I plan on him coming in.
I mean,
your
you've done it
stand-up
before.
Is by,
In the past,
by far
and you also
superior.
slopped your way through a mope fest in your last fight that I saw. Barely got a double underhook takedown and got a TKO off.
Barely got a double underhook takedown. I dragged him all the way to the corner of the ring
Time
from
out, guys.
halfway.
Hold on.
Barely. I mean, that's a hell of a statement to say I barely took him down. Not to mention, I threw that kid. I picked him up and I threw him like a little baby.
And this is a guy that afterwards you felt it was all right to berate and admitted that he was out of shape. You threw him around, and you're impressed by that, right?
Wait, when did I say he's out of
The
shape?
entire time. He only trained 3 times a week. He never made weight. All these
I never
things.
said anything about training 3 times a weight. Yeah, he did miss weight. That was intentional. He had no intentions on making weight. That dude came in at like fucking 170 pounds. What was it, 177? Something like that? He took a fight at 145. You can't cut to 145 from almost 180. I don't care who you are.
So
Not
the
even
idea
Conor
you went
McGregor
in there
does that.
Knowing that he was going to do that still gives you grounds to do. I don't know. I just. Think
I had no choice in the matter. He shows up a couple hours before the fight and turns out overweight. He didn't come to the weigh-ins. He said, "Oh, you know, I'm from upstate. Is it okay if I just come in tomorrow and weigh in 145?" And Bobby said, "Yeah, sure. As long as you make weight, you can weigh in whenever you want. As long as you come in 145." He came at like fucking 6:30 p.m. "Oh yeah, I made weight. I checked myself." I found out maybe 2 hours before the fight that this dude is 177 pounds. And I had the choice. Take the fight and fight him, or don't fight at all. And I chose to fight. Yeah, I was pissed as shit. I think I have every right to scream at him afterwards because that was really disrespectful and fucked up. You don't do that.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Hancho, how is training camp going for Justin? To fight Justin.
All
Awesome.
Facebook.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, we've been training for like the last 5 weeks or whatever. The good thing about Sokas is we have too many people to train with. I got Chris Schlesinger I've been working with. And this new black belt Anthony, who's a pro. I honestly am not sure about his last name. I got Mike Caban still. Soka just got back, so we've been working with Soka with a lot of stuff.
Are you training harder for this fight than any other fight?
Absolutely. It's actually ridiculous. I didn't think about it like that. Like beforehand, I would have thought that I could just do a couple things, and I'd be ready for it. But then you got all these other guys who have done this sort of thing before, so they kind of push you into that higher gear. And it definitely was. It's definitely been tougher than the majority of things I trained for, if not every one of them.
Any predictions
For the fight?
for the fight?
Honestly, I'm not
Knock
trying
him
to. I'm not trying to even. I'm not going to pigeonhole myself like that. I genuinely think you're an aggressive person. You're going to come in. I think it's going to be a battle. I don't think I'm just going to put you away. The idea of saying I was going to put you to sleep, I think that sounds pretty badass. Of course, I'm going to throw something like that out there. But I think it's going to be a battle. I'm planning on it being a battle. That's kind of the whole idea. That's why I like the idea of fighting somebody. I don't get emotional with it. I like the idea of trading like that. And at some point, you're going to give me something, and I'm going to take it because that's what happens. It's all right. You can think not. That's the idea.
That
You're
happens
supposed
to people. I don't give anybody anything.
Justin, same question. How is training camp going?
Training camp's been going the same as it would for anyone because I don't think you should train harder for somebody and lighter for somebody else. We're going out to fight. I'm going to make sure I'm my best no matter who I'm fighting. It doesn't matter if I'm fighting somebody terrible or somebody really, really good. You know, when we get in the cage, I'm going to respect his ability regardless of if I think I'm completely better than him or not. There is respect there, and I'm going to train the same no matter what.
Any predictions?
I am going to finish him. You know.
Submission?
I honestly,
Punches?
I haven't decided. The thing that I like most about this fight, and I'm sure Mike Concho would agree, we're both well-rounded fighters. He trains striking, he trains jiu-jitsu. You can't say Mike Concho's a jiu-jitsu specialist with no striking. You can't say he's all stand-up with no ground. So I don't have to do a specific training camp for this guy. There's no strategy. I get to just go to the gym, train striking, jiu-jitsu, wrestling every single day, go into the cage and just feel it out. Whatever I feel like doing, I'm going to do. I don't have to prepare for a wrestler, a jiu-jitsu guy, a striker. He's well-rounded and he knows I'm exactly the same way. So I'm sure he would agree.
I agree with both of you guys. Both very well-rounded. My next question goes with the pressure of being the main event. Both of you guys are being the main event. Hancho, you were the main event before on the show. How do you guys feel about being the main event? And now that you guys talked some trash on Facebook, a lot of people can't wait to see the match. Hancho, we'll let you go first.
Honestly, I don't know. When you're back in, when you're in that back room, it kind of just goes. I feel like, other than the fact that you have people there, but that's going to be regardless of whatever time you're fighting. The idea of it being a main event, I don't feel like that affects it. The idea, it definitely is one of the bigger fights I've done. He's the hardest guy I've fought, without a doubt. And it's an MMA fight, so it definitely, includes more. But I don't think the idea of it being a main event is all that, crazy. I think the idea of it being a big fight is kind of good.
You get nervous.
I wouldn't say nervous. I would definitely say, no, that's bullshit. Definitely nervous. Yeah, there are times I get nervous. Absolutely. Yeah,
There's no shame in saying that.
absolutely.
There's
Justin,
no
what about
shame.
you? This is your first time being the main event. So,
I really could care less about whether it's the first fight, the main event, who's watching me. When it comes down to it, it's me and Mike fighting each other.
you get nervous before your matches.
I wouldn't say nervous. You definitely feel nerves. If a fighter says they don't feel any nerves at all, they're bullshitting. It's a lie. You feel something. I wouldn't say nervous, but I definitely feel nerves. The only difference with the fact that it's the main event is it's the last fight, so it means we both have to just sit there and wait the whole time. It's nice to just get in and get out, but I've done plenty of jiu-jitsu tournaments, and they always say, oh, purple belt bracket, 1 o'clock, you get there nice and early, and it turns out you're rolling at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., so I'm used to the weight game. I'm sure Mike is too. It sucks, but whatever.
One last question. Anything you want to say to your fans or family?
The idea that I even have fans is cool. Like, honestly, I honestly thought our tit for tat didn't go anywhere. I didn't think anybody saw it, but apparently people saw that. That's
A lot
awesome.
of people saw it. Just let you guys know, because on my Facebook, everyone's asking me all the time, when
That's
are these
sick.
guys fighting? I can't wait.
In
Who's
terms-
pillow hands?
So why are we done with the questions then? If people are excited,
No, but honestly, in terms of like my team and stuff, it's just whatever I do, I have Sokas, and Sokas is filled with beasts who just constantly push me to be better. I'm sure he has a sick team too, but that's kind of the only reason you're able to do any of this stuff is because your team. So thank you guys if you see this.
what do I have to say? I don't know. I think I pretty much said it all. You know, I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm definitely training for it. I'm ready for what he has to offer. I did say that, you know, I like that he's a well-rounded thing. The one thing that I didn't mention is I'm very confident because I think while he is well-rounded, I'm better than him at everything. I'm a better striker than he is. I'm better at jiu-jitsu than he is. He can think his jiu-jitsu improved all he wants, but I train with world champs, people who actually win worlds. Purple belt division, brown belt division, black belt division. I know my striking's better. I haven't seen any boxing at all in your game, and I think that you should start training it. If you don't train a lot of boxing after this fight, you should start. It'll help your defense a lot. It'll help your footwork a lot. And we both know if I decide to take him down, he's getting taken down. His wrestling's not going to compare to mine. If I grab a hold of you, you're on the ground. If I choose to take you down, it's done.